So, hello everyone. Today our guest is Maria Victoria, final year PhD student in University Grenoble Alps. She is also a student in EIT Manufacturing Doctoral School. Welcome, Maria, to our today's talk. So, if you have some words before we start, you are welcome to say them.
Thank you, Gulnara. Thank you to having me in. Uh, Sorry, I have some troubles. Okay, do you hear me? It's okay? Okay. Thank you for having me and for this invitation. I'm very glad to participate in these kind of activities to share our experiences and how our PhD is evolving during these years. And so, thank you. Yes, I will be small presentation about me. I'm a third PhD student, as you said, at the University Alps. My PhD, I'm industrial engineer, and my PhD is about the study of supply chains in circular economy and also the study of the collaboration between different partners and also how this collaboration can affect at the end the sustainable performance of the supply chains. It's me that we were taking into account the impact on the economic dimension, but also in social and environmental dimensions.
Thank you for a nice introduction. I think that's the work you are doing is very interesting and also among very trend topic nowadays. So then let me start with this question to get like more details about your PhD work. That you are already final year student and could you please briefly talk to us what you have done in this 4 year period and what is your work is about? Just more details, please.
Okay. During the last 3 years, I started my PhD in 2020. So it was also during the COVID period when I started my PhD. So my first year was focused on literature review mostly. It was understanding the problems, what were the gaps in literature and in academia, what's going on with circular economy, supply chains, sustainable performance. And then during the second year, I was very interested in go in deep in the industrial field. So I try to contrast all the results that I found in the literature with case studies. I start to contact some companies here in France and also in other countries around Europe. And then I tried to contrast and to compare all the information that I found in the literature with the industrial field. According with this, at the end, my final result was conceptual framework. Then right now I'm doing the last test to make a quantitative test about this framework to understand how collaboration can affect the sustainable performance at the end of the companies. And yes, this is more or less what I did during these 3 years.
I would say that is very nice experience. Also, a very nice example that how PhD student can make collaboration with the industry partners. Also, this is the nice example for the networking. I think you have done a really nice job. Congratulations with that.
Thank
Um,
you.
and and my next question is that after having this much experience, you already know, let's say, benefits or disadvantages of the in the staying academia. So, considering all the things, are you planning to stay in academia or to continue with the industry role?
Okay. Right now, I think that I want to try to work some years in industry. But I mean, for me, this last year in academia were super a good experience. It's I can say that I really grow in these 3 years. Also because I before of this I did a master, but this master was also focused on research. So my internship during the master and also these last 3 years were focused on academia. But I also think that this experience give me a lot of knowledge, give me the opportunity to meet people around the world are also interested in my topics. Give me also the opportunity to take my time just to make a internal reflection about what's going on, what I want to do in the future, what is my real contribution as researcher, as industrial engineer. So I think that for me the PhD was a very very good experience.
I'm glad to hear that. Okay, and the next question is that looking back at these 4 years, what were the coolest moments of personal and academic growth you have had? And also, how do you think these will shape your future? I think like you already mentioned some of the answers for this question, but what you could add?
Okay, uh, let me think. The most valuable experiences for me was the opportunity to participate in conferences. I think it was one of these valuable experiences because it gave me the opportunity to share my research with other experts in the field that were working around the world. That is a super super nice experience. Also have the opportunity to present my work and to talk about that. The opportunity to meet people, to meet the scientific community. It's amazing. These kind of opportunities. Another valuable opportunity was the EIT manufacturing program. I found that for me was yes, very, it was super nice. Met these people like you that we come from different fields of research, that sometimes when we have a project is like, oh my god, but we were all thinking different things, different ways to see the problem. And it's, I think that it's very valuable have this different point of view and try to compare and try to build an idea or a solution or solve a problem together. It's amazing. And also another experience that for me was very important was the opportunity to teach at the university, have the opportunity to meet people at the beginning of their careers and also bring to them the knowledge that I already built and also have the opportunity to learn from them. It was very nice.
They all sound very cool. And my next question is that, okay, we talked about some pleasant kind of your experience, but however, I believe that you had some challenges during this period. Then please tell me about the tough challenge you faced during your PhD and how you tackled it, and any lessons from that struggle that you will carry forward.
Okay. I think that the principal challenge for me was that the at beginning my topic was very very broad. It was super big, And then it was very difficult to me in the first year think about, okay, how I will tackle this problem, how I will choose the part of this field that is not already studied, because if we talk about circular economy and supply chains is super broad. So I think that that was the first challenge. But I also think that uh, maintain an open and effective communication with my supervisors and with my team and with another PhD students give me the opportunity to make to build a roadmap and define what was my motivation and what was the principal objective of my research. Another thing, it's that we work in a that I think that that depends also of the research and the conception of the project at the beginning. But sometimes we work in a very we work alone, and I think that it's very important try to exchange with people outside of your office. I say of outside of just your mind, to have another point of view and to understand how the world is understanding your problem and your results. And
Yeah. Mhm.
yes, and I think that another challenge it's the how I will how I will manage my time to obtain at the end a good result, to obtain just a result that will be useful for industries, for academia during these 3 years. So it's very important the time management. I mean, divide the principal objective of the research in specific objectives, then divide that in tasks, and then make the relationship of these tasks with your frame time. This is super, super important, because otherwise at the end of each year will be like, okay, what I obtain at the end of this year and what I will go the next year is super, it could be very difficult.
Yeah. These are the important points you mentioned. And also, I would like to ask that what about the mentorship you had in academia? Because nowadays, most students complain about the mentorship, that lack of mentorship that they receive from academia, and how it was in your case. For
uh,
example, did your supervisor was your mentor or somebody else?
in my case, I think that I am very lucky because I have three supervisors. They work in different domains. One of them is work in economic science, another one in supply chain management, and another one in eco design and sustainability. So I think it's sometimes it's difficult find a point in common, but at the end for me I feel that I was very lucky because they were always open to talk. They have a lot of experience. They have many years in academia and also in the industrial field. So sometimes when I feel that I have a problem or that I don't understand something, or I think that I need support in something, I'm sure that I can go and talk with them and they will help me to solve the problem.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. And my next question, actually, this is also interesting for me, that if Maria Victoria, while studying for her master's, had known about all the advantages, challenges, and experiences in her current PhD journey, do you think she would still choose to pursue a PhD?
Yes, I'm sure about that. Yes, because yes, for me it has been a very to say it was a great experience in general. Yes, and also sometimes I think that we struggle like, okay, we are like students, but we are workers at the same time. It's like we're in the middle of a limbo that is like I don't know what I am, but I think that at the end, if you summarize all your experiences, all the good things and all the bad things, you will find that you have the opportunity to grow, to learn, to meet new people, to learn from them. So yes, I think that in that situation, I will choose the PhD again.
Yeah, exactly. This would be also my answer. That if we want to learn, like, to pursue the PhD, it really depends on the person, and I would say more about the personality of the like individuals, because if you are such a person that who wants to learn and who is just open mind and wants to develop personally, also like from the career side, they will find a way to do this. And for these people, spending 4 years in academia for PhD is not time waste, but rather than it's a gain. So for me, it's also like my PhD years. I'm already like a third year PhD student, and for me, this time is really valuable. I had and I have now. So yeah, really, it depends on the person and your attitude mostly. Okay, and the final question, that as you wrap up your journey, what advice do you have for new or current PhD students, given your own ups and downs, or anything you wish you had known earlier for a smoother experience?
Okay, I think the one of the keys for the PhD is the communication with your team. I mean, could be that you are just working, it's just you, but you have a supervisor or many supervisors. So I think that the communication should be efficient, clear, open. If you have some problems, you need to talk with your team and say, I'm not agree with this, or I have problems to found this, or I think that we need to change or research or something. It's super important, the communication. Another important thing is have a plan. Define a roadmap. Could be that this roadmap at the beginning would be different if you compare that at the beginning and then year after year, but it's super important have always a plan. It will change, but have a plan. Also, be open, listening, new point of view, meeting new people, thinking that sometimes you present your work to someone, and could be that this person will say you like, I don't understand your work, and it could be that it's just because you are not using the right words, and also you are not using a right communication to explain and to expose your idea. So I think that it's very important be open of according with the opinions of other people, and also to receive and to learn from different point of view. Another thing could be take the time to make an internal reflection, because sometimes we want just produce results, but sometimes we need just to take the time to think to stop, take the time, take a deep breath, think why we need to do this, and then okay, we need to do this because this is or and this. Okay, let's go. And also, I think that we need to ensure the value of our research. Why my research will be useful at the end? Why the knowledge that I'm creating will solve a problem? This is important for someone. I will bring something new. I will bring some solution for to someone. So it's yes. I think that these are the my principal recommendations.
Yeah, specifically like a last recommendation that the work we should do should be the novel and it should bring the value to the community, either science community or can be useful for the industry work. So this is very important. And like unfortunately, like the situation in academia that pushes you to publish more and more, so sometimes you can kind of forget this kind of nuance, but yeah, in general, this is how it should be. So thank you so much for this valuable insights you gave us. Sorry. And if you have some verse, you can say, and then I think like I don't see any comments from the audience yet, and I hope the platform works properly. So I wouldn't miss any comment or any question. Yeah, if you have any
Uh,
words, please.
so I would just want to thank you, Gulnara, to offer this kind of space to PhD students and also for future PhD students. Because I also think that our role is very important in research, in academia, and also in industry. And just, I will say in my last years, don't give up. um, let's continue. And yes, just thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Also, I want to say all the viewers that I hope they will get some useful insights when they later watch our recording on YouTube. And thanks, like so much thanks to you that you accepted my invitation for today, and it was a really nice session with you. I hope that yeah, our viewers or listeners will also enjoy. So thank you so much, and best of luck to you with your future role, future job. And I also want to mention that our next Friday talk will be also interesting one. So guys, stay tuned. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.